What's going on, everybody? Back giving you guys a little video vlog. Not so much a vlog, but just update, whatever. Haven't done anything in a while. And clearly this is not my studio. I'm not in my house. I'm on the road for work this week. And figured I'd take the stuff with me, take the setup with me, and get some work done. Try to get some work done while I'm on the road. But the 2021 Supercross schedule, the final schedule so far was released today, so I figured I'd go over that and discuss a few things, and kind of explain why, or if I can't explain why, at least theorize why things were done the way they have been. Most of it's been pretty public and pretty open. If you're not aware of what's going on, you can read about it. You can look it up, Google it. A lot of this goes beyond just Supercross, but I'll throw up the graphic for you guys right now. 2021 Monster Energy Supercross Series. Some things have changed, other things have remained the same. We're going to start the series middle of January in Houston at Energy Stadium, January 16th, 19th, and 23rd. All three of those are going to be West Coast rounds. The Texas rounds, Minnesota, St. Louis, right in that central area, have always gone back and forth between West Coast and East Coast. So it's, that's right on the dividing line of where they go. This year it's going to be West Coast are going to open up west with the 250s. Next block of races, Indianapolis, Indiana at Lucas Oil Stadium, January 30th, February 2nd, and February 6th. Those are also going to be West Coast rounds. Because of the way the schedule is lining up, and I know this is, a lot of people are going to take this politically, whatever have you, but it's just the way everything is with the pandemic going on, restrictions, shutdowns, everything like that. We're not able to go to California. We're not able to go to Nevada. We're not able to go to Washington. So just, we're left with what we're left with. Some things, this is just going to be an oddball year. The dates, I'm good with the dates. I like these Tuesday night races. Just the way the schedule lays out, particularly for the 250 guys, is not going to be the most ideal thing. But, we're kind of in a sticky situation right now, an oddball situation. So we're just going to have to make the best of it this year. And hopefully by 2022, we are back to normal. So Indianapolis will be, all three of those races will be west. The third Indianapolis on February 6th was just recently added. Then we move on from there. We're losing Phoenix. We're losing Glendale, whatever you want to call it. 3, 4, 5 days ago, something like that, it was announced that Arizona Stadium or Cardinal Stadium, whatever, I can't remember the name of the stadium, but where the Arizona Cardinals play and where I believe maybe the Fiesta Bowl is played in some of the other bowl games in the past, they have eliminated fans. They were opened up for fans with the Arizona Cardinal games earlier this season. That has all changed. There are no fans now, and that will directly correlate more than likely into Supercross. So Feld Entertainment, Feld Motorsports has said, all right, if there's not going to be any fans, even on a limited capacity, if there's going to be no fans, we got to drop Glendale. So that we're going to Orlando, Florida, February 13th. And the reason I broke this up, I should have changed that. So pay attention. Orlando 1 on February 13th is a West round. So with the 3 Houstons and the 3 Indianapolis rounds and the first Orlando on February 13th, those 7 rounds are going to be West. Now, the second Orlando below that, February 20th, the graphic says otherwise. I forgot to change it. The second Orlando will be the first East round of the series. So Orlando 2 on February 20th will kick off the East season. Moving on to March 6th, Daytona is going to be the lone race at Daytona Speedway. That will be East. Then we will be going into Dallas, Arlington, whatever you want to call it, March 13th, 16th, and 20th. That will be East. Right now, Texas is not so much on, full on open as, as much as Florida is, but they're pretty close. So we have those 3 rounds. We go from there. We have about 3 weeks off. we go to Atlanta. That is new on the season. Those are the rounds that those are 3 of the rounds that they were having a hard time getting adjusted to, or figuring out where we were going to go and lock down a city for those races. So Atlanta, April 10th, 13th, and 17th, those are going to be east. Here's the kicker. It is not going to be, none of those races are going to be at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. They're going to be at Atlanta Motor Speedway, the NASCAR circuit, the race car circuit. So it's going to be outdoor events. So if it's going to be Atlanta and it's going to be outdoors, more than likely, I would assume that those races will allow for more fans to be in attendance, since they're going to be open air stadium, open air venues, and it's going to be outside. So we can hope for that one. Same thing with Daytona, and especially since Florida is under basically no restrictions. Hopefully, full, or at least like 70% capacity in Florida. We can hope for the same thing in Atlanta at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We move on from there to Salt Lake City 1, April 24th. That is going to be, we're going to head back to the west for the final Seoul West race of the season. Then we move to Salt Lake City 2 a week later, May 1st. That's going to be the East-West Showdown, the grand finale. Now, keep in mind with this schedule that as of right now, it is undetermined whether or not there's going to be Triple Crowns, whether there might be another showdown thrown into the middle of the season, possibly Orlando or maybe Dallas. So, there might be another showdown thrown into the mix there. But that's the schedule as it is presented so far. Things could change. Things are constantly changing city to city, concerning the pandemic, with restrictions, lockdowns, whatever have you. But it's going to be interesting. Again, think of all the West Coast guys that are training on the West Coast, the factory guys. Here's where it's going to get a little bit complicated for the West Coast privateers when they leave California and go to Texas, and then they do have to go to Indianapolis for that 3 block of rounds, and then they got to go to Orlando. So they're going to be crisscrossing the country, and the thing is, Salt Lake City is the farthest west we're going this year with this schedule. Salt Lake City is even farther west than Houston and Dallas. So it's going to be a change as to how these riders are going to get to those races. Now, once they leave Orlando at the end of February, beginning of March, whatever that first Orlando is, they have 2 months off. So there's going to be a lot of preparation going in for outdoors for those factory guys and the privateers as well. So there's going to be a lot of outdoor preparation. So keep that in mind once we roll into the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship. Now that's going to make it difficult for the East guys, because they're going to be in full Supercross mode clear up until that first East round at the second Orlando at the end of February. So when you factor all that in, this summer is going to be really interesting whenever we get that schedule. Usually we'd have it by now, but obviously with everything that's going on, MX Sports can't can't divulge a schedule. They can't lock down a schedule without having everything in place as far as fans. I can't think that MX Sports will go another year with no fans. It's just not going to work. They're not going to want to do it. The industry's not going to want to do it. The riders aren't going to want to do it. I can't think anybody's going to be on board with doing a full outdoor season with no fans. So look for that schedule to come out probably mid-January. I would want to say maybe right around the time we start in Houston. Probably even later, maybe even in February by the time we go to Orlando. Sorry. But again, I'll throw this up one more time and then I'll close this out. So that your 2021 Monster Energy Supercross season will go as follows. We're going to start out in Houston once again at Energy Stadium, January 16th, 19th, and 23rd. West Coast 250 rounds. We move on to Indianapolis, January 30th, February 2nd, and the 6th. Those are also west. Orlando, Florida, Orlando 1, February 13th. That is west. We move to Orlando on February 20th, so there's a week in between there. That will be the opener for the East. The graphic that I put up is wrong. Orlando on February 20th will be the first East Coast round, followed by March 6th at Daytona International Speedway. Then we move on to Arlington, Texas, March 13th, 16th, and 20th. Atlanta Motor Speedway, April 10th, 13th, and 17th. And then we're back to Salt Lake City 1 on April 24th for one more west. And then we go into Salt Lake City 2 on May 1st for the East-West Showdown. So if you guys are planning on doing any of these races, get your tickets. I know Houston and Indianapolis, tickets are on sale right now. As we progress into Christmas and New Year's, the tickets should go on sale for Orlando. And I know Daytona is already selling tickets as well. Actually, I was on the website a couple of nights ago. Daytona is already selling tickets for the annual Daytona Supercross. So there's your schedule, guys. Comment what you think below. I know it's not a perfect schedule, but these aren't perfect times. So I'm going to end it right there. And we'll see you guys in 2021.